I think this is really a new way of working. CII is learning of how to do more participation than just physical get-togethers. It's a great trend.
No, you know some of the numbers that we've been able to reach in terms of it's fantastic. It's truly fantastic.
Absolutely fabulous. I mean, very remarkable indeed. Really great. Really great. I think you'll also be quite relieved now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Ankur and his team would be. They would also.
Yeah, I mean, we get on to something other now after this.
Yeah, I can imagine. But great job, Ankur.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shriram. Thank you, Nihkil.
Wonderful.
Ankur has an internal session after this, and so I'm going to join that and congratulate the entire team for the tremendous work that they've done.
Very good, very good. That's great. Abhimanyu is also joining just now.
Yes, please. He's just logging in.
Okay, fine. Okay.
We'll just wait for the governor to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Live streaming is my YouTube.
Hi, Nihkil. Good afternoon, Mr. Shriram. Hi, Ankur.
Hi, Abhimanyu. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Abhimanyu. Hi.
There we are. A very good afternoon to everyone and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to be present here at the valedictory session of the 14th edition of the CII Agro and Food Tech 2020. On behalf of CII and on my personal behalf, I would like to welcome our chief guest, His Excellency Shri VP Singh Badnore, Honorable Governor of Punjab and the Administrator of the Union Territory, Chandigarh. Thank you, sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us here today. It has always been our pleasure to have your kind presence, as in the previous editions of CII Agro and Food Tech 2020, while they were organized in the parade ground of Sector 17 in Chandigarh. I would also like to welcome my colleagues, Shri Ajay Shriram, as well as Mr. Abhimanyu Munjal. So I would like to remark that how these times have changed. Since its inception from 1994, Chandigarh has always been the host. Are we audible for you, sir?
They can, but I can't hear them.
Your Excellency, are we ready? Could I start?
Yeah, please.
Okay, thank you. A very warm welcome, sir. I'd start again, and on behalf of CI and my personal behalf, I'd like to welcome our chief guest, His Excellency Shri VP Singh Badnore, the Honorable Governor of Punjab and the Administrator of the Union Territory of Chandigarh. Thank you very much, sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule for being with us today. It has always been a pleasure to have your presence at the CII Food and Agro Tech, which has always been held on the parade ground in Sector 17 in Chandigarh. I also have the pleasure to welcome my colleagues, Mr. Ajay Shriram, past President CII, and Mr. Abhimanyu Munjal, the Deputy Chairman of CII North. Sir, I would like to remark that how times have changed. Since its inception in 1994, Chandigarh has always been the host of CII Agrotech. But because of the disruptions imposed by COVID-19 pandemic, we had to go on this unique virtual platform for this edition. Although the virtual platform has been a great experience to connect with all the stakeholders, but we at CII do hope that Chandigarh will be the host for the next edition. With this positive thought, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to share that the 14th edition of the CII Agro and Food Tech 2020 has been one of the most successful editions. Driven by the use of technology to adjust to the new normal, CII for the first time has organized the Agro and Food Tech on the online platform. We have left no stone unturned to provide an online platform for tremendous opportunities to strengthen agri-trade relationship and to drive new engagements in this important sector of the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, with its allied sector, it is unquestionable that agriculture is the largest source of livelihood in India. The agricultural sector is one of the key pillars of the Indian economy. And according to the 70th NSSO survey, cultivation of land is a primary source of income for almost 2/3 of agricultural households. Sustainable agriculture in terms of food security, rural employment, and environmental sustainable technologies such as soil conservation, natural resource management, and biodiversity protection are essential for the holistic rural development, as well as for enhancing the income of farmers. The contribution of northern states into the food basket is a well-known fact. We at CII in the northern region have been continuously engaging with the northern region states or the northern states of India to create a conducive environment for accelerating the pace of growth and development, as well as attracting sizable investments in the agricultural sector. We've also been focusing on making agricultural production and marketing systems more efficient on reducing farmers' distress. The problems of farmers are many, and through this conference, we've aimed to address them in a holistic manner, dealing with productivity, issues of pricing, issues related to export, and of course, the entire value chain of mechanization, which includes harvesting onwards. The agroeconomy is vast, and as we look at agronomy itself, but also research-intensive areas such as plant genetics, pathology, entomology, plant physiology, and other areas of science, we have spent the last week delving deeply into each of these aspects, but more so with a lot of farmers present here. The platform of the CII and Agro Food Tech has been an endeavor to reach out to various stakeholders to bring them on a common platform for taking agriculture to the next phase of growth and development. Mr. Ajay Shriram has been the chair of CII Agro and Food Tech 2020. And Mr. Shriram was not only the past chairman of the Northern region, but also the past president of CII. More than that, he runs one of the most successful companies with various agro interests. And so it was with our great fortune that Mr. Shriram chaired this conference for us. Mr. Shriram, over to you, sir, to make your address.
Thank you very much, Nihkil, and thank you for very kind words. Your Excellency Shri VP Singh Badnore, officials from the state government, my friends Nihkil and Abhimanyu, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. I would like to take this opportunity to also extend a very warm welcome to our chief guest, Shri VP Singh Badnore, Honorable Governor of Punjab and Administrator, Union Territory, Chandigarh. Ladies and gentlemen, the 14th edition of the CII Agro and Food Tech 2020 concludes today after successfully conducting all the sessions on virtual platform over the last 7 days. The event was organized at an opportune time when major reforms have been introduced in the agricultural sector. In parallel, the government has been ardently working towards doubling farmers' income with a view to ensure income security for the farmers. During the pandemic, farmer income remained a focus area with a series of initiatives taken by the government to infuse liquidity in the agriculture sector. These efforts are commendable. Extension of interest subvention, loan moratorium, refinance of cooperative banks and regional rural banks, improved liquidity in the hands of the farmers and helped build resilience in the sector. Most importantly, all the agriculture-based industry, whether sugar or anything else, continued working throughout the lockdown period in an uninterrupted manner, supported by all the state governments and the central government. The special drive to provide concessional credit to PM Kisan beneficiaries through Kisan credit cards provided a boost to the international credit, to institutional credit at concessional interest rates. The inclusion of fishermen and animal husbandry farmers into the ambit was another much needed step. From CII, we are committed to promote investment in the agriculture sector. We will continue to work with central and state governments to provide business opportunities for medium and small industry in partnership with the farm community. Coming back to the event, the theme of this edition of CII Agro and Food Tech 2020 was Technology on Food and Agriculture, Doubling Farmers' Income. In the virtual arena, CII Agro and Food Tech has made its mark and presence felt across the globe. There has been a lot of buzz on the social media regarding the various features of the event. Sectoral conferences, state conferences, country sessions, Kisan Goshtis, exhibition, and one-to-one meetings all were conducted under one platform, CII-HIVE. The CII Agro and Food Tech was inaugurated by Shri Narendra Singh Tomar, Union Agriculture Minister, on 16th October 2020. There were encouraging participation from over 130 exhibitors at the virtual exhibition arena, including international exhibitors from countries such as UK, Canada, Indonesia, and UAE. Key features of the India International Food and Agri Week were the virtual sectoral exhibitions, where exhibitors got the opportunity to showcase products, services, videos, best practices, and had B2B meetings. 10 theme-based virtual conferences covering subjects like emerging technologies in agriculture, agri inputs, sugar technology, food processing, dairy, animal husbandry and fisheries, food supply and distribution, agri-finance, and water were held. 9 state-specific conferences for Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory, and Ladakh Union Territory were held. 9 country sessions with United Kingdom and UAE. 13 crop-specific Kishan Ghostis were held. Some of the subjects covered were apple value chain, stubble burning, post-harvest including post-harvest handling of fruits and vegetables, increasing farmers' income from wheat, mustard, chana, and bajra, new sugarcane technology, maize in Punjab, organic farming, and urban agriculture. There was a partnership platform with center and state policymakers and private sector firms. There were also training sessions and farmer interactions. The 14th edition of CII Agro and Food Tech was addressed by over 200 experts from across the globe and attended by over 15,000 delegates from industry, academia, diplomats, and media over the CII HIVE platform, WebEx, and YouTube platforms, which is a truly great achievement. In addition to this, Doordarshan and DD Kisan Live telecasted the inaugural session with Shri Narendra Singh Tomar and the special session with Shri Yogi Adityanath, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, which were watched by lakhs of our fellow citizens. In addition, approximately 80,000 people watched Shri Yogi Adityanath through his own Facebook page. During the week, the event was addressed by 5 union ministers, 8 ministers from various states, 14 secretaries from Government of India and state governments. We also, as I mentioned earlier, had a special session with the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. We also had a special session on the Ladakh conference with the Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh. CII Agrotech 2020 CII Agrotech 2020 attracted over 45,000 farmers who joined through virtual platforms like YouTube and CII HIVE. Farmers from different states of India also visited the online exhibition and attended the Kisan Ghostis. In addition, overall, social media impressions at various platforms about CII Agrotech and Food Tech 2020 has been over 150,000. This is still increasing as we speak and will further increase as in the coming days as well. Sessions on Kishan Ghostis, including the experience shared by progressive farmers, was also very well received. We had 13 such sessions addressed by 75 experts. Partnerships has been the hallmark of CII way of working. The support of central and state governments and private sector organizations made the events possible on such a mega scale. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, Department of Fertilizers, Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizers, Government of India, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairy, Government of India, Ministry of Food Processing, Government India, and Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India partnered with us for this edition. We are indeed very thankful to them. State governments have also been forthcoming in extending their support. Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and Uttarakhand were the partner states. We are extremely grateful to all of them. We have received excellent feedback from exhibitors, visitors, and of course, from the core stakeholders, farmers, which is a reflection of how popular this exposition has been. Ladies and gentlemen, as the chairman of the 14th edition of CII International Food and Agro Week 2020, with the theme technology in food and agriculture, increasing farmers' income, it is a privilege to be here today at the valedictory session. I would once again like to thank our chief guest, Shri VP Singh Badnore, for gracing the occasion and being with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Shriram, and many congratulations on a wonderful conference. Sir, it is now my privilege to call our chief guest, His Excellency Shri VP Singh Badnore, the Honorable Governor of Punjab and Administrator of the Union Territory of Chandigarh, for his remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me first and foremost congratulate CII on this India International Food and Agri Week 2020. Actually, I have been a witness to all your agriculture, the international conferences and the exhibitions that you have been having. I remember a few years ago that when Mr. Netanyahu, the President Israel, he was also there at one of your exhibitions, which I was also present there. This is a unique thing that you have started, and I must congratulate you on the 14th edition of the AgroTech, which has been organized in an unprecedented times as the whole world is facing the challenges that have emerged with the outbreak of COVID-19. This being the valedictory session, I must say that you have very successfully conducted this online platform. On the online platform, I'm happy to note that over 75,000 farmers have attended the various sessions organized virtually, and it is a good sign that our farmers have started adopting the digital methods of communication as well. As in the past, the current edition of AgroTech has also showcased the latest and the best technologies and machinery which will help Indian agriculture to become globally competitive. Here I must mention, as Governor of Punjab, and I'm also the Chancellor of the Punjab Agriculture University, I have been attending lots of Kisan Melas, and I must say that there have, the Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana, and the farmers, they have such a good contact system with each other that a lot of new inventions that are done in the Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana, is communicated. They have these Kisan Melas, and I have noticed that the CII presence even there. I compliment CII for its leadership role in organizing this important event in the agriculturally important region of the country and bringing all stakeholders to participate, discuss, and deliberate onto the India's agriculture's next level of growth trajectory. To overcome the issues plaguing this sector, the Honorable Prime Minister of India has set a vision to double the farmers' income, and to achieve this objective, among other things, the government aims towards benefiting the farmer sector to improving the organized sector and enhancing the quality of life by improving the rural infrastructure as well. The government of India has identified these 7 drivers towards achieving this objective. These are focus on irrigation with the aim of per drop, more crop, provisions of quality seeds and nutrients based on soil health, post-harvest infrastructure development, to prevent losses by large investments in warehousing and cold chains, promotion of value addition through food processing, creation of a national farm market for better price realization for farmers, new crop insurance scheme to mitigate risks at affordable cost, promotion of ancillary activities like poultry, beekeeping, and fisheries to generate added incomes for farmers. I'm sure that the implementation of these policies would gradually contribute to the inclusive development of India and should give a fillip to rural India and in turn increase GDP exponentially. The robust implementation of the 16-point plan by the central and state government for agriculture sector would strongly address the root challenges of the India agriculture sector, thereby impacting 70% of India's households who primarily depend on agriculture for their livelihood, ensure India's food security, have a very large impact on strengthening the value chain, farm to fork, thereby giving a direct boost to the promising Indian food processing sector and strengthen the rural economy, consequently positively impacting all the other sectors of the Indian economy. In today's competitive world, prosperity to farmers can be ensured by making farming competitive. For this, farm markets need to be liberalized. Distortions in farm and livestock markets need to be removed. Purchase of farm produce logistics and agri services require copious investments and substantial support and hand-holding of farm-based activities such as livestock, apiary, and fisheries need to be provided for. In order to ensure sustainable growth of our agriculture sector, it is high time that we have to undertake reforms in the sector, and the new legislations will pave the way for making farming a remunerative occupation. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is ripe when we should think beyond food security and give back to our farmers a sense of income security. This can be done to making farming more remunerative and to take the farming community to the next level through adoption of state-of-the-art technologies. We need to facilitate our farmers moving up the value chain from being more producers to agri-entrepreneurs. Our farmers need to be trained to transform their farms into production cum processing centers. Since independence, we have created many centers of excellence in the agriculture R&D. Now this use should reach to the users, farmers, and educate them from productive and efficient use of the resources. Although we are seeing effective coordination between scientists and the farmers, but this should be now taken up in a mission mode. Research in our institute should be oriented to address the critical issues that hinder the development of rural agriculture businesses. With the policy regulatory changes underway, I urge all concerned stakeholders to put in concerted efforts to bring in place a mechanism that catapults the prospects for Indian agriculture sector. This will not only lead to the inclusive growth, but will also provide employment opportunities for numerous landless laborers and small and marginal farmers. Further, these efforts can ensure the country and its people food and nutrition security. Where it is least affected by vagaries of monsoon and needs little from outside the farm, lesser dependence on chemical fertilizers and water. I'm happy to note that the theme of CII Agro Food Tech 2020 was technology in food and agriculture, increasing farmers' income, which is a very apt current circumstances. Having said all this, I'm sure that the platforms like agrotech can help the country to become a leader in agriculture. CII Agro and Food Tech 2020 has brought various stakeholders, farmers, policymakers, agronomists, scientists, manufacturers of agriculture machineries and equipment, food processing, industry, dairy, and poultry industry, packaging industry, etc. on a single platform. I have also come to know that during the week-long Agro and Food Tech 2020, all the stakeholders brainstormed over the future of the Indian agriculture and allied sectors along with the PM's vision of doubling the farmers' income by 2022 and came out with a set of recommendations to take the Indian agriculture to next level. The effort is indeed praiseworthy. With these words, I would once again compliment the commendable efforts put in by the CII. I wish CII team all the very best to take this initiative forward and continue to work closely with the government and industry for the growth and development of the Indian agriculture and allied sectors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your kind words, Your Excellency. Your support goes a long way in motivating us to push forward in this most important of sectors to allow for inclusive growth and ultimately lead to a more prosperous and Atmanirbhar nation. It is my privilege now to call upon Mr. Abhimanyu Munjal, the Deputy Chairman of CII Northern Region, to give the vote of thanks. Over to you, Abhimanyu.
Thank you, Nihkil, and a very good afternoon to everybody. It is a privilege to be associated with CII Agro and Food Tech 2020. And I now take this opportunity to propose the formal vote of thanks. The unique and landmark vision of our Honorable Prime Minister of India of doubling farmers' income is commendable and provides a singular opportunity to take the performance of this sector to the next level. CII welcomes the proactive action of the Government of India on pushing the agri marketing reform agenda aimed towards making one nation, one market. Produce, Trade and Commerce Act 2020 towards freeing up agricultural markets fundamentally alters the agricultural marketing landscape in the country in several positive ways. The reform will create an ecosystem where the farmers and traders enjoy the freedom of choice relating to sale and purchase of farmers' produce, which facilitates remunerative prices through competitive alternative trading channels. With the farm gate procurement scaling, farmers will also see substantial reduction in their transportation costs. It will also give an impetus to bulk buyers to invest in extension services to the farmers and improve productivity and returns. Ladies and gentlemen, CII Agro and Food Tech has been clearly a successful event. It has been an eventful and successful 7 days of learning. Many ideas, suggestions emerged from this interactions, and awareness of international best practices has been created. I am sure going forward, these outcomes will be very useful for policymakers, academians, and industry alike. Finally, on behalf of CII, on my personal behalf, I sincerely thank Shri, VP Singh Badnore, Honorable Governor of Punjab and Administrator, Union Territory Chandigarh, for his kind presence here to the valedictory session today. So we propose that in 2022, be a physical event in our tried and tested venue in Chandigarh. Once again, thank you very much for attending and your kind words. I would also like to thank our partner ministries for the overwhelming support by them at the CII Agro and Food Tech 2020, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, Development of Fertilizer, Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizers, Government of India, Ministry of Fishery, Animal Husbandry and Dairy, Government of India, Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Government of India, Ministry of Shakti, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, Government of India, and had been the partner ministries for this edition. We are indeed thankful to them, and I also thank partner states, Government of Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. I also like to thank international participants and partner country, the United Kingdom. I would like to express our sincere thanks to the overseas participants, eminent speakers, media, delegates, visitors, and exhibitors. Also, sincere thanks to the sponsors of Agro-Food and Tech 2020. CII could not have organized this successful virtual exhibition without your earnest support. And lastly, I would like to thank the Secretariat for all their support behind the scene. So led by Ankur. Ankur, congratulations for such a successful event. And thank the chairman and the chairman of the event and the chairman of the Northern region. So thank you for all the support. And we look forward to a successful 8th year next year at physically in Chandigarh. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, everyone. That was great, I must say. Congratulations once again, Nihkil, Abhimanyu, Ankur, all of you, your teams. Great job done, by. Wonderful, wonderful show.
All under your chairmanship, sir.
Great job.
Many congratulations.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good show. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think it's a great learning. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.